He lost everything: his family, his peace, his future. Most men would break. Frank Castle didn't just break, he transformed. But unlike Arthur Fleck, he didn't dissolve into chaos. He became something else. A monster, yes, but one with a mission, one with discipline, one who chose a code. Frank Castle wasn't born a killer. He was a soldier, a husband, a father. But when his family is murdered in cold blood, the man he was dies too. What rises from the ashes is the Punisher, a force of brutal justice. But here's the question Jordan Peterson would ask. Is Frank Castle strong because he's dangerous? Or because he controls that danger? Jordan Peterson teaches that to be virtuous, you must first be capable of destruction. Only then does restraint become meaningful. A rabbit is harmless, not virtuous. A wolf that chooses not to bite, that's a different story. Frank Castle is that wolf, integration of the shadow. Unlike Arthur Fleck, who is consumed by his shadow, Frank integrates his. He knows he's dangerous, but he chooses to use that darkness with surgical precision. A code of vengeance versus a code of justice. While vengeance fuels his mission, Frank doesn't kill indiscriminately. He targets the guilty. He holds himself to a brutal but clear moral code. This isn't random chaos, it's ordered fury, responsibility in action. Peterson says you should be a monster and then learn how to control it. Frank does exactly that. He owns his pain, his rage, and turns it into something the world fears and respects. But even for Frank, the line isn't always clear. His war never ends, and sometimes the mission overtakes the man. Is he still in control? Or has he become a slave to his own darkness? This is the razor-thin edge Peterson warns about, where discipline ends and obsession begins. Frank Castle is not a hero in the traditional sense. He's a warning and a lesson. He shows us what happens when a man embraces the monster within, but doesn't let it rule him. Peterson reminds us, those who have swords and know how to use them, but keep them sheathed, will inherit the world. Frank Castle doesn't always keep his sword sheathed, but he knows exactly how to wield it. And that's what makes him terrifying and stoically powerful.